Good afternoon and welcome to more Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're hanging tan with Hanggliders. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Fortnight Hanggliders, the Assault model, and the Llamacorn model, because turns out they're different. I thought they were just different colors, but no, they're different Hanggliders. So join me today and Cream, who has immediately laid down and slept as soon as I put him on the table today, as we go over these hang gliders. And before we get into it too far, first off, they're on sale. So, if you like what you see here, go and get it for 50% off on Amazon. And you can usually find them at Ollie's and stuff like that. They pop up in all sorts of places, like the arcade machines. So go and check them out. I think that they're great little additions. They come with these nice stands, and yeah, so please go below, hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and let's talk about them. So I've got both versions here, and I've got them outfitted with with how many figures they can hold. The assault model can actually hold two figures. You've got one on the back and one in the front, and it's close. I've got Copperhead and a classified bat hanging from the Assault glider. Now, from the Llamacorn glider, I think this is Deadpool in his. This may be a different Deadpool, but I do remember my roommate putting Deadpool here. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely the Deadpool wearing the boxer shorts. So this is boxer short wearing Deadpool, and it just worked. If you got a hang glider that has a giant llama corn on it, yeah, well, you need Deadpool with his boxers on, floating below it. It makes sense in my head. It just makes sense in my head. So let's get into these guys today. I'm gonna try and keep them on the stands. So we're going to talk about the Llamacorn one first, because the Llamacorn one is not mine and it's pretty easy to talk about. And then we'll get into the Assault model in one moment. So first off, with this Llamacorn one, I did want to mention that before we really get into what makes these two hang gliders different, we should talk about the one thing that makes them the same, and that's the stand that they're on. Same platform, same arm for both the figures, but this is a neat thing that you may not know. Now, if you could see a lot of explosion effects down here on this one at the Llamacorn, and that's because the Black Widow that was that deluxe Black Widow with all the blast effects, the platform that came with her for you to display her, jumping around and stuff, is the same platform that comes with these hang gliders. So these blast effects from the from your Black Widow are easily transferred over to your hang glider stand. It's the same type of plug and play thing they've got going on here. Let's see if we can pull this guy out. Okay, so there's that one, but I don't think that's not right. I'm just going to set that one over there. Okay, let's try and pull this one up, and there it goes. So it's the exact same way you would plug them in for your Black Widow. You just snap it down. And I guess this is its top. So let's put its top back on. Yeah. I don't know why this one has a top, but that's cool. Maybe it's a place to store accessories. Maybe not. There it goes. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's talk about what makes the Llamacorn different. First off, its wings are really long. It's very lightweight. It's got the same type of big bulbous kind of fabric above that's molded to act like it's holding air. That's the same on both of them, but these wings are definitely different. The core piece is the same, but there's more in the Assault model than this one. So this one, the wings can't even fold or do anything with. They just kind of hang out on either side. Decent wings. They got some decent textures to them, some nice sculpt work, but overall, it is pretty boring, but definitely, I think, worth the $12 or $13 that you can get it for. The figure just hangs out on these two little handles, and yeah, that's it you got for the Llamacorn hang glider. There's not really much going on, and we're gonna set this one off to the side so we can talk about the Assault one, which honestly, in my opinion, the Assault one's the better deal. You don't. It doesn't come with any blast effects either, which I believe is a super shame. How are you going to give us this stand that's blast effect compatible, but you're not going to give us anything to go with the stand? And I think that's a shame. So here, and I can go ahead and remove these guys. We have two figures because this thing's got handles for two figures to hold on to in the back area, which was the front for the Llamacorn. So before we talk about the figures and stuff, the Llamacorn is reverse from this. So where I have the classified bat hanging on the rear end, that's actually the front for the Llamacorn, and where I have Copperhead hanging is actually the rear for the Llamacorn. But this thing's got more stuff added. So we're actually going to take these figures off and talk about what's added here. All right, we just remove them. They hang very well. I like it. I put Copperhead hanging there because his weapons all have these tie downs, which I was worried about it falling or something like that, and all the tie downs are really nice for these weapons. I do wish that they had more. Other Joes came with tie downs like Copperhead here. Those are really nice. We can set Copperhead down over here, and if he's not stepping on anything. Oh wait, did your hinge pop out? So we've got to pop in the hinges. Okay, so straight. His feet were not straight. That's what the problem is. There you go. Okay, now we got the bat hanging down over here on the other handles. Let's go ahead and remove him. Okay, just take his hand off there, and oh no, it's all falling now. He's off weighted. It is advisable that if you're going to put two figures on here, put them on and then attach it to the stand. It may make it a little difficult to get it around the stand stuff. There it is. Okay. All right, we've got the bat undone. Where's your backpack? Did you drop it? You dropped your backpack, didn't you? Oh, my. Okay. All right. You, sir, have got to stop. Okay. There's the bat's backpack. We can set it off to the side. Let's go ahead and remove this stand. Though, before we do, let's go ahead and talk about some of the cool aspects about this stand. This stand has got a ratchet here in this top. It's got a big mushroom peg that's designed to just kind of settle in on the underside here. You have this hole in the center underside, and this is what makes it a bit of a knocking things over. Makes it a bit of a problem with this. Just get over just a bit. There we go. With this hang glider is that this piece that you connect things to is in the center. And I do wish that that wasn't the case, or it was the case of the figures actually like lay down above it, but they hang low underneath it. So you have to kind of wiggle this stand behind the figure and then connect it. And if you've got two figures on, it will be a little difficult. This thing doesn't like to actually click into place. There's no clicking it into place. There's simply putting it on. Come on, don't be like this. Right? We are trying to do a video here, and every single time I try to do a video with you things, you guys just screw with me. All right, there it goes. Excellent. All right, so getting it onto the hang glider is a bit of a chore, but since it's ratcheted, you can have it like hang in there. You can break it off. Use your thumb to ratchet it the other way. But there's a ratchet and a mushroom thing. It's not the best. It doesn't work the best in the world, but it is something. And for trying to figure out more vertical ways to have your action figures, because I know if you've been getting a lot of Joes, you need more places to display them. Having this hang glider in the background of your shelf can kind of give you the idea. You can see the figures above the rest of them. As an idea. Let's bring in the Llamacorn one real quick. We're going to set the stand off to the side. We're just going to keep the Assault model there. Where is Llamacorn? Okay, so we've got a figure that now is not on a stand. So let's go ahead and use Copperhead here as a size comparison. I'm going to put Copperhead in amongst these explosions. There we go. Now his foot is actually on the stand. When you put all the explosions in, it's difficult for Copperhead to stand anywhere, but you can figure it out. But this gives you an idea of if you were to say, we're just going to put him on my stage, and if you had Copperhead just standing there on the stage, you can see, or if you can't see, even though about half of Deadpool's body is blocked by Copperhead, his upper body is still able to be seen. And Copperhead can stand up. There you go, Copperhead. Let's go ahead and turn Deadpool's head around so he's looking down. Like, what in the world is this guy doing over here? So that's an idea of how tall it goes. The legs do hang low. They will knock figures over if you're not careful, so be aware of that. But the nice thing about them is they do hang above that stand, so it's easier for you to put figures, to set that stand on the shelf and then put figures around it, and you're assured that one of your figures will be easily seen. Now let's get into this assault model, which has wings that close up, so it becomes like this little turtle shell. If you can fold them down, you can fold them up. It's neat that you can actually fold these wings. The assembly under here has you with these like bicycle grips for the person who's actually flying the hang glider. And then in the rear, we've got some piping here that's got wraps on it, and that's why I figured out this is actually where someone's supposed to hold on to, because it's actually got grip tape wrap on it on either side. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually put the bat and he can hold on to those grip tape wraps. This thing's got some sort of engines in it, but I don't understand what's going on with those. They don't seem to be something I really completely get. They seem to be facing the wrong way for for one thing. Like the holes on these tubes in there are facing the same direction the pilot would be facing, unless of course when this thing was assembled they put these handles in upside down, which may have been the case. They may need to be twisted, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Though these holes are too big for any of the GI Joe classified blast effects, and they're too small for any of the Transformers blast effects. So we're just in another one of those situations where it's just like, really, Hasbro? Really? You've got all these toy lines and you can't standardize? You people, I swear. All right, well, texture-wise, this thing's got some, not really much cloth texture on the top where this big cloth piece is, but there is some. And it's got some texture on the wings. The wings have got decent texture, but this guy's wings are short. There's really not that many textures on this. A lot of it is smooth and sleek feeling. One of the bigger textures is the grips on these bicycle handles for the hang glider, and then these grips on the rear handles for the hang glider. But that is where most of the sculpt work and molding come from on this. Other than that, yeah, this is a decent little accessory. I think this is up there on the same level as the Ninja Turtles blimp, and it's just a really easy way to display figures. I do wish that there was a hole put in the top of this, like two holes right next to each other, so we could take like a fish line and hang the hang glider from our ceilings if we wanted to. I do say that that is a missed opportunity. It's this hang glider is actually really tough, so I think it could hold figures very well by just being supported from the ceiling. I may actually take and cut a little hole in there and do it myself and hang this up high. But that is the hang glider, and it is something that I do recommend. I have to, as 1/12 scale vehicles go, I think I'm going to have to give this one a lower grade than normal hang gliders, or not hang gliders, but normal vehicles, because it is just a small, piddly vehicle. There's not much going on sculpt-wise. The best part about it is the hang glider aspect and being able to raise your figures up above the heads of other figures in front of them to give you a more vertical display option. And overall rating of it, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It gets a 7 out of 10 actually. The Assault gets a 7 out of 10, and the Llamacorn gets a 7 out of 10 for different reasons. The Llamacorn gets a 7 out of 10 just because it's cool. I have to admit, like, not even knowing what this thing looks like, I just still think, the idea of having a Llamacorn hang glider for a Deadpool, it's a must-have. If you have a Deadpool in your collection, why aren't they writing a Llamacorn hang glider? What's wrong with you? If you have G.I. Joe classified figures in your collection, I suggest the Assault model, because I've asked my friends to tell me the color. I've compared it to the Ram cycle, and they say, the colors are matching. So it works great for that. If you had some bright blue paint, maybe you can paint it to be Cobra. But That's all I got for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed the show. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, I may be taking off. I have a big dentist appointment tomorrow. They're going to be doing some work in my mouth, and I don't know if I'm going to be up for talking on Wednesday. So here's hoping, my smile gets better, and here's hoping everything that works out at the dentist office tomorrow goes pretty well. And here's hoping I'm coherent enough to actually do anything on Wednesday. But like I said, I don't know if I will be. You never know how you're going to react to to the dentist stuff whenever they're drilling and putting fillings in and things until you've been through it and you wake up the next day. That then your mouth tells you if it if it can handle more, you can do things that day, or if you're just going to be drinking milkshakes all day. I may be drinking milkshakes all day. I don't know. Man, we don't even have the supplies for milkshakes. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thank you all again for watching today's episode. Please go out and have a great day. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. Even my cat that enjoys staying outside has decided this week to stay inside. So, letting you know. It's a boiler. Till next Prime. Bye bye for now.